Boom. Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be kicking off the new trading week as well as the last week of August. Talking Bitcoin, talking Bitcoin miners. You guys, just want to say right off the bat that Bitcoin is looking a bit sus on the charts at the moment. We have, unfortunately, just now, this is breaking news at the time of recording, of course, Bitcoin has just officially broken the line of support on the beautiful ascending channel that I've had drawn, that Bitcoin has been falling for the past month or so, which is, of course, worrisome, but we all know how Bitcoin rolls. There is still, of course, hope, and I'm remaining optimistic personally. You guys know me, so let's talk about why that is. As always, we'll quickly go over all of the names we'll be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. In front of us, you guys know the drill, TradingView, where we'll talk technicals and price targets on the following names. Once again today, going down the watch list, you can see right here in this order, kicking it off, of course, with the king, with the chart in front of us, Bitcoin, because ultimately the price action and the general direction of Bitcoin will have a fairly significant impact on Bitcoin miners, rightfully so. So after we kick it off with Bitcoin, kick it off with the king, we will move in to the OGs, Riot Blockchain and Marathon Digital. So good old Riot and Mara. Pretty flat today, seeing a little bit of volatility. Riot actually the only name in the red today, which in my opinion did present a pretty sweet buying opportunity. Hopefully Bitcoin is able to stay on track and stay to the upside, because if we do see downside, then that of course is bad news for all the names we're going to be talking about today. So maybe it wasn't a great buying opportunity in the short term, but I will say right now, I bought some Riot today. So Riot and Mara, after that we will cover kind of the new kids on the block, but two names that have a lot of potential and I'm very promising in my opinion. BTBT or Bit Digital, and then Bitfarms or BITF. Both also, Bit Digital definitely led the sector throughout the trading day, but closed the day fairly, definitely at less than it was up at one point in the day, but still leading the sector as far as the miners we're covering today are concerned. And then Bitfarms, the newest name to the Waves fam, at least on the channel, that is. But Bitfarms is looking freaking great on the charts right now in my eyes. And again, granted, Bitcoin does well. I think all of these will do well. And yeah, of course, I'm excited to talk about them. And then just a little cherry on top. I know you guys see this on the watches. Got to talk about the absolute ripper that is SPRT. Another double-digit gain, another day of profits. So SPRT closing the day out up about 40%. You guys, I know this is not a Bitcoin mining company just yet, but because, it's obviously the hottest stock in the Waves fam right now, we have to talk about it. So at the very end, I'll give you guys some of my brief thoughts and price targets to the downside. Say that straight up on SPRT, and just celebrate once again as we kick off a new week. Definitely going to be hard to follow up last week in terms of potential portfolio potential, but I remain bullish, and yeah, you guys always optimistic. Okay, so before we do dive into the charts and talk technicals and whatnot, you guys know the deal. Please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today, or if you're invested or trading any of the stocks we're going to be talking about. If you ate good last week, give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want to catch more content like this. And of course, check out my complete portfolio and daily newsletter. First link down in the description. We just finished the giveaway, got the Discord giveaway announced, the $500 in ETH. Another $500 is going to a member of the portfolio who I'm actually going to choose right after this and reach out to after this video. And then also, I am going to choose the YouTube winner as well from the comments of the last video, okay? But anyway, if you guys want to know exactly how I'm trading all of the names we are discussing today on a day-to-day basis, you guys want daily updates during actual trading hours every trading day, so Monday to Friday, usually at least. Yeah, complete portfolio daily newsletter. First link down in the description. $15 a month or $40 for every 3 months. Again, complete breakdown of my entire portfolio, all call options, put options, stock positions, cryptocurrency positions, literally everything broken down in percentages. Again, update that every single trading day with the trades that I made that day. And then I also send out the email newsletter that explains my thoughts, rationalizes my trades for you guys. I also throw in some real-time charts and price targets in there as well for many of the names we're covering. So again, a lot of these names were present in the portfolio, or in the newsletter this morning, in the portfolio and newsletter, I guess you could say, this morning. But anyway, again, first link down below. Means a lot if you guys check that out. If not, as always, no worries at all. Appreciate you watching now. So Bitcoin, once again, has a fish. we haven't closed a 4-hour below it yet. So I will just say in the last hour of the previous trading day, I mean this because the chart just recycled an hour and a half ago. So we're an hour and a half in this 4-hour candle, right? I mean right before the daily candle cycled, we really saw the significant sell-off, which is it's always weird to me when we see that, like right before a significant candle closure. If you see a big sell-off, that seems bear trappy to me. But I'll just say that right off the bat. But we have officially broken below this line of support right here, once again on the ascending channel that Bitcoin has been in since July 25th. Again, beautiful ascending channel, pretty textbook. We are at this point in time almost literally exactly on this line of support. You could say using this absolute lowest touch point. I don't like doing that. You guys know I don't just use, especially on a 4-hour closure. Daily a little bit different, but a 4-hour, if there's just this one touch point, I really don't like to do that. But worst case, if you do want to try to kind of justify this, you could go like that and say Bitcoin might come down to there. But again, I do want to use as many touch points as I can, and even this is a little light, but that is the line I'm using. And again, at this point in time, we are definitely below that. Okay, or at the time of recording, you guys can see that right there. We're directly on top of it. But regardless, we did break below it. We did not close a 4-hour below it, which will worry me if we close the next daily. So if in the next 24 hours, I will say the next 24 hours, in my opinion, are going to be pretty telling in terms of short to medium term direction, and maybe have some ripple effects towards the long term. But again, as of right now, I'm staying optimistic, and again, the next 24 hours will be telling. So if you guys are trading this sector, this applies to all of these. Just keep a close eye, stay on your toes, stay safe, because objectively, just as a trader, you got to be objective and stay rational. Right now, I am definitely less bullish than I was just earlier today, if I'm being honest. And yeah, definitely over the course of the weekend. Okay, so did break below support. We will have to see if we close this 4-hour or the daily primarily. That's my primary. That will be my primary tell. Once again, if we close a daily, I'll just say below 46.5. If we close a daily candle below $46,500, that will worry me a bit. But in all honesty, I know you guys see this arrow right here. You guys know what this is. It's a potential bull flag, okay? So this bull flag is a bit of a stretch, but that's kind of if there is something that you want to convince yourself to stay optimistic about in this scenario on the Bitcoin chart, it is this potential bull flag. So parabolic move up followed by a descending triangle. As many of you guys know, my single favorite technical pattern in the game is the good old bull flag. Very high hit rate as far as percentage is concerned of resolving itself, as its name implies, to the upside as a bullish pattern. So let's hope we see this bull flag again. Kind of a stretch as a bull flag, but I mean, I've seen a lot worse that have played out pretty beautifully. Let's hope this plays out. So that means that if we do find base around here, if we base out around the same area where Bitcoin found its base in like just about a week ago, around like 46.5 to 47, maybe go flat around here, come back up, test the line of resistance on the current short-term downtrend. Pretty much resolving this descending triangle that is the flag, obviously the flag itself of the bull flag. And if that goes down, that would be, if we do see this play out again, if we do base out around the same area, around 46.5, 47, just bounce around, go sideways for a little bit. And ultimately, that could go for a couple of days, and I'd be fine with that. But I do have faith. Once again, I remain optimistic that this will resolve itself to the upside. But to close this out, I guess, on somewhat of a negative note, just, again, want to be straight with you guys. Although I'm optimistic, there's always the chance that we fall lower. Again, support has been broken. If we close a daily candle below this line of support, that is objectively a little bearish short term. And if we do close, this is the real kind of, like, this will be the real sign. If we close just to stay safe, or conservatively, I should say, if Bitcoin sees $46,000, definitely $45,000, I will have no choice but to unfortunately be bearish, okay? And that's just the objective truth. Obviously, not long term, but short term, if Bitcoin sees $46,000, I will definitely alter my portfolio. I will definitely safeguard my portfolio and be a little less on offense, and that's for sure, okay? So that's Bitcoin. Let's quickly go over all of the good old Bitcoin models. Try to keep this quick for you guys. Just kind of keep it straight to the point. So Riot, of course, all of these, you guys know, that's the direction of Bitcoin, the price action of Bitcoin over the coming 24 to 48 hours will heavily dictate the price action of Riot, Mara, BTBT, all the names we're covering today throughout the rest of the week. Okay, so in the case that Bitcoin performs, I do want to see Riot head to the upside. We are setting a nice series. I mean, this wasn't really a higher low. You could almost call it a higher low, but kind of a double bottom. You guys know I was worried about a head and shoulders playing out right here, but Riot's price action over the past few days has discounted that potential head and shoulders pattern playing out. One more thing on Bitcoin that is very important that I do want to mention, okay? The volume we're seeing is staggeringly low, which is not bullish, but it's not bearish either. What it does mean, I want to say this, is that it's very, very likely that a big move is coming in either direction. And again, let's hope this bull flag plays out. Let's hope this ascending channel plays out. Upside price start for Bitcoin. You guys know if this does break out, I think we're going to come to test the top side of resistance on this ascending channel. That'll take us to fit like 58, 60K potentially by next week. Let's hope this is a bear trap. But again, you guys just stay on your toes, and we will, of course, be covering Bitcoin over the rest of this week as well, okay? So always keeping you guys posted. Anyway, just wanted to say volume's low. Again, neither bullish nor bearish, but it does usually imply that, or it does act as a precursor. Low volume is typically a precursor for a large move in the near future. So once again, just stay on your toes, guys. All right. Riot Blockchain, again, if completely dependent on whether Bitcoin performs or not. But in the case that we do see upside price action, I do want to see Riot come up to test previous support as new resistance right here, previous support on this ascending channel. That would take us to, and again, if we see a big move up, which is unlikely at this point considering Bitcoin is struggling a bit, unless we see a reversal in Bitcoin. This might take some time, but again, you guys, with these lines of resistance on these ascending channels, goes both ways. The further these extend, the higher the price targets get, okay? So as always, you guys go into TradingView for yourself, draw these trend lines for yourself. These are stick figure trend lines. You guys can do it just as good, if not better than I can. So just keep an eye on it for yourself. These are the levels I'm watching. And again, it's kind of tough to say what's going to happen, but as I said in the beginning, I did buy more Riot today, and I feel fine with that, okay? So Riot, let's move on to Mara. Mara does definitely look more... Mara is definitely a safer looking chart at this moment because Mara is in the ascending channel, okay? Mara has successfully reclaimed an ascending channel, and it's setting a very, very clean series of higher highs and higher lows, all right? So high, kind of below, high, higher low right here. Just sitting a higher high. I mean, Mara is just killing it with the local, the short-term local highs. So Mara currently sitting at 40 bucks, really outpacing Riot. I said this in yesterday's Sunday Stock Watch, the exclusive newsletter, exclusive Sunday Stock Watch. Mara and Riot, you guys know the drill. If you, especially obviously if you've been following along for a long time, but I guess if not, Mara and Riot historically really play catch up with each other. Okay, so and a lot of times Riot ultimately ends up taking the lead, regardless of fundamentals, of course, over time, like over an extended period of time, as these two diverge from a company perspective, like from an operational perspective, one company is significantly outpacing the other in terms of hash rate, in terms of balance sheets, then it makes sense that they diverge. And a lot of people are really bullish on Mara right now. I'm personally still more bullish on Riot. I still think Riot is a more competent company, although Mara has a larger Bitcoin balance sheet, or a larger Bitcoin holding position on their balance sheet. I still think Riot is a more competent company. But Mara and Riot, their market caps are pretty skewed at this point. I believe Mara at these current prices is probably worth 500 mil more than Riot, and that really makes me inclined, once you're looking at the market caps, to dictate kind of the fair value of these companies. That Riot will definitely, and again, maybe Mara still sees green, but I do think that Riot is due for some more promising price action than Mara. So in my eyes, at least, Riot looks like a more appealing asymmetric trade. So more upside potential with less downside risk than Mara at this moment in time, okay? So Mara, again, regardless, in a very clean ascending channel. Of course, Bitcoin seeing downside, I would not be surprised if the entirety of this sector tomorrow sees downside again, unless Bitcoin really pulls a fast one on us and this is a short-term bear trap and we just reverse straight upward. But in all honesty, it's likely we do see some downside tomorrow. I like the volume we're seeing on Mara, honestly. But if Bitcoin does see upside, I mean, Mara, I think it's undoubtable, inevitable. You could say at some point in time that we test the top line of resistance on this reclaimed ascending channel, just where the cursor's falling, where my price target happens to be. September 14th, mid-September, that would take us to just exactly 50 bucks, okay? So $50 Mara, possible, but of course, once again, going to repeat this, keep repeating it, dependent on the price action of Bitcoin. Okay, so that's Mars. Let's move on to BTBT, Bit Digital. So Bit Digital, I mean, this was an easy retemize. This is a classic bull flag. Like, this is kind of a janky bull flag, but as soon as I saw us basing out over here and really following this nice line of resistance, right, like this right here was the real tell to me that we were about to break out. So again, bull flag, parabolic move up followed by descending triangle. Again, once we are really basing out around this like 1025 to 1050 area, and we're like really consolidating right here. Like, you see it's pinched. Like, this is a textbook breakout, honestly, of this bull flag. Classic two-wave pattern as well. So again, let's hope we see Bitcoin perform. And in the case that Bitcoin does, I would not be surprised in the slightest that Bit Digital will see new local highs, new short-term highs, and that would, of course, take us above $20, which was its short-term high just earlier this month, just a couple of weeks back, okay? So, again, Bit Digital looks great on the charts. Bitfarms looks similar. Let's take a look at Bitfarms. Bitfarms, same story. I mean, very similar charts, obviously different names, but Bitfarms is looking great. This is a very, very, I mean, just today, such a good opportunity in my eyes. So again, let's hope Bitcoin performs and is able to lead the sector because, of course, a technical pattern can be overshadowed by solid fundamentals in either direction, of course, okay? So bad fundamentals will disregard, like, will discount even the most bullish of technical patterns, and very bullish fundamentals could discount or discredit a very bearish technical pattern. Okay, you guys get what I'm saying here. But if Bitcoin performs, then BITF is one of the most appealing charts that I've seen in a long time. This is a very, very textbook bull flag right here. Definitely more textbook than BTBT. And this is also a two-wave because BITF, Bitfarms, did just fairly recently go public on the NASDAQ, okay? So again, bull flag, parabolic move up, descending triangle. Just today, we kicked off the new week breaking out of this bull flag pattern. You see we broke resistance officially, closed the day above it. That is an official breakout. I like the volume we're seeing. Nice, consistent, nice, solid volume right here. Definitely nothing like we saw over here, but again, lighter volume. Lighter volume is not necessarily a bad or good thing. It just means that there's probably a big move ahead once again, okay? So, again, I'm staying optimistic. This chart looks freaking amazing to me. Just as a guy who reads the tapes, a guy who looks at charts all freaking day. I love the look of this chart, and I can't not be bullish on this chart. Maybe even if Bitcoin goes down and sideways a little bit, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, honestly, to see Bitfarms do well just because this is such a technically appealing chart, okay? So, that's Bitfarms. Let's close it out with the damn MVP that is SPRT. So, support.com, you guys, going to the free. I mean, this used to be the moon. But this is, as you guys know, this is the absolute moon. So let's take a look at SPRT. You know, we'll go to the 30 minutes, I guess, make it a little more digestible. So SPRT is of course just an absolute madman. But as of right now, you guys can see my price target right here. I do think there is more downside ahead. So SPRT. At this point, you guys, you know, I said this in last week's video. I'm not getting greedy. In all honesty, I did take even more profits off of my SPRT position today because how could you not with a 40% move up once again? Like, this is absolutely insane. A lot of you guys know that I did take most profits. I actually timed this pretty well. I took most profits around like 52 to 54 bucks. I think I reduced the far majority of my initial position. That my average buy price for was $675 was my average cost per share for SPRT just a few weeks back. So again, a cool 9-10x. That's freaking crazy, man. Freaking crazy. And the calls, you guys know the deal with calls. But a freaking 9x in the span of a few weeks is unheard of. And again, you guys, just cheers once again. Honestly, it was a long weekend. I'm sorry if this one's been a little slow. But I was freaking celebrating. And I hope you guys did as well. So cheers to you guys if you celebrated. Let me know what you're drinking this past weekend down below. Let me know what you ate. Because again, I hope you guys celebrated. You guys deserve it, okay? So, regardless, support.com. I mean, this is the most textbook bubble that I've seen in a very long time. I know there's a short squeeze aspect to it. I know there's the merger coming up. But this is obviously played out. Everyone and their mom at this point knows support.com. We're lucky we got in early. And profits have been absolutely taken. Now, that's not to say that I don't think SPRT, soon to be GREE, or Greenridge, the Bitcoin mining company that they're merging with, doesn't have long-term potential, which I definitely think it does, and I will hold SPRT for the long term, regardless of the short-term volatility. Again, my position is, as far as share size and call size is concerned, nothing like it once was just a few days ago. Of course, profits have been taken once again. But again, I will still hold maybe some long-term calls and some shares, okay? Just some general shares, okay? So I will buy more though, once again, because I do see long-term potential, although I do see short-term downside as this big red arrow of doom implies. I do think SPRT is going to revert to the mean and revisit the previous line of resistance on its uptrend, okay? So you guys know this was my initial target. I mean, I would have been stoked if by the end of the month we were at 15 bucks. We all know how that played out, but I do think that we will end up coming down to retest the previous line of resistance as new support and also revert to the mean, which is revisiting the initial high of this rally, of this parabolic rally that was just a week ago on August 24th. So down to about 14.75, conservatively 16 bucks. I'll personally be picking up SPRT. Once again, if you guys want to know exactly how I'm going to be trading this, exactly when I do pick it up and which calls I choose to buy, how I choose to weight it in my stock portfolio, first link down below, 50 bucks a month, 40 bucks every 3 months. Let me know in the comments down below. Once again, if you guys celebrated this weekend, I hope you did. If not, do some celebrating right now. Once again, you guys, cheers to a great week last week. It's difficult, if not impossible, to follow up a week like that with an equally as impressive, if not or better week. I mean, again, it would be irrational and downright disrespectful to think that we could experience a week like last week this week. But again, not getting greedy, super thankful. I'm super thankful that all you guys ate there with me and that we're all succeeding together. So let me know just whatever you guys want to talk about. Just talk shop about anything. I'll catch you guys downstairs in the comments. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.